Today I wanted to show you the Vectrex hardware. It's a game console that was released in 1982. In fact, I think it was late 1982, and was discontinued, I believe, in 84, in early 84. So really, this thing was only available for a year, maybe a year and a half, before it was discontinued. With that said, I remember being a kid and seeing one in the catalog for that Christmas in '82. It was a bit out of our price range, so needless to say I didn't get it, but I thought that it looked like the most amazing device, and I was right. It took many years until I could get one. Really, it was 2 years ago I finally bought one. But I had been looking for one for several years. They're not too easy to find ones that are still working, that are in good shape. And this one isn't in mint condition by any means, but it's in good condition. It has a little, I think it looks like where somebody stuck a sticker right here. It might be hard to see in that lighting. You kind of see it right there. And I've scrubbed it. I've tried to clean it. I think the plastic is actually damaged there. But I remember seeing them in those Christmas catalogs and really wanted one. When I finally decided to buy one a couple years ago, or actually 3 or 4 years ago, it took me a long time to find one. They can be very pricey. I think I got this for $80 with shipping, or without shipping, I should say. So I think it came up to about $100, something like that. Just wanted to show you the hardware real quick on the back of it. This is a brightness control. It adjusts the brightness for the screen, which is key because this is a vector graphics-based system. So it can get very bright, very blurry. So you adjust that to however you want to see the picture. On this side is a cartridge port. This is where the cartridges go in. This is the screen, obviously. There's little grooves here, probably pretty hard to see, but that's where the overlays go. When you buy a Vectrex game, if it's complete, it has an overlay, a plastic overlay that snaps in over the screen to simulate colors, because this is just a single color. I don't actually have any original games yet. I plan on buying some down the road. But that's a pretty unique thing. So the joystick fits in the bottom here. It's always a little tricky to get out. So there's a little clasp under here. You press it up, and then the joystick falls out. Joystick it's not a gamepad. It's an actual stick, as you can see. These are pretty hard to find, which is why I don't have a second player one. A lot of the games are 2-player. I don't have a second player one yet. They are hard to find in good shape. These joysticks get abused and messed up pretty badly. There is a coil type connector here that connects in there. And inside of here is a dial for turning it on, and a reset button, and that's it. And then there's 2 ports for the joysticks. The on switch is simply a rotary dial that turns on the system, and then it's also the volume. And let me see if I can get a good picture here. I'll turn off the lights and see if that helps. These are notoriously bad for capturing on video. It just doesn't show up real well. But let's see if we can get the default game in here to show up. One thing that really impressed me, besides the graphics, of course, which are awesome and unique on a Vectrex, is the sound. The sound is really incredible and really loud and very crisp. There's like a buzzing noise on mine. I don't know if that's typical. I have watched some videos online, and I do hear that buzzing, although I don't know if it's quite as loud on others as it is on mine. Mine is very loud. See if you can hear that buzzing. So this is the built-in game called Mindstorm. It's kind of an Asteroids clone. It's actually quite fun in its own right. Let me turn the volume down here. Ooh. So in this game, this button fires, this button is thrust, and then there's actually a hyperspace button too that allows you to hyperspace around, as you can see. This game is really challenging in the later levels, but it's a lot of fun. So I've got to level 2 here. Sometimes where those mines spawn isn't exactly fair. As you can see right there, don't have too much of a chance. So that was Mindstorm. It's the built-in game. Let me turn the lights back on here. So what I opted to do, since I'm more of a game player and not a collector, is I invested in this multicart called the Vectrom. There's another one out there that has actually more games on it, but I opted for this one. It's called the Vectrom, comes in this cool VCR style case. On the back is a list of all the games that are included with this. I believe, I might be wrong about that, but I believe that all the officially released games are on this multicart, as well as some homebrews. And there is a homebrew scene for this. People still making cartridges, still making games. Here's the cartridge itself. One of the unique things about this cartridge is that you select the game using this bank of dip switches, if I can get that focused in there. You basically adjust these switches here to select the games that you want. As you can see, there's 32 games on this. That goes right here in the cartridge port. And one thing I found odd is there's not really a satisfying grab on the cartridge when you put it in the slot. You just kind of pop it in there and let it go. It seems a little unstable and wobbly, but it does work. So let me turn this on. I think the last game I used on this was Scramble, which is one of my favorite arcade games. So let me show that to you. I do plan on buying a second player joysticks one of these days. They're very hard to find, so I'm still looking for one. I still want to find a good deal on one. So this is Scramble. Let me see if I can get a better picture on this. So the 3 button is bombs, the 4th button is fire. And you just move up and down. Of course, in Scramble, you're trying to blow these out while hitting the crates and the fuel, because you can run out of fuel in this game. Turn up the sound there a little bit. Oh, working pretty well there for a minute. As you can see, the enemies get a lot more difficult. And you can hear the sound is really amazing. If you think about it, this came out in 1982. So got that fuel. These can't be hit. Just gotta be careful there. So that was the sound that I got an extra man. Oof, which I'm gonna need. If I can get a closer view there. Like I said, it's very hard to record a Vectrex system being played. Try to zoom in a little bit here. As you can see, the vector graphics are amazing. I mean, for 1982, 83, this would have blown my mind as a kid. Anyway, I think you get the point. This is the Vectrex system. This particular Vectrex system was released by Milton Bradley. The company that built it was, I think, called Smith Engineering. They sold the licensing, I believe, to a company called General Consumer Electronics, and you can see that. Let me turn the lights back on here. You can see that on the controllers. There's like a little logo here that says GCE, and on the back of the system, I think, it says the same thing. Nope, just says Vectrex Arcade System. But GCE, and then Milton Bradley bought them after it was only a few months or maybe a year. Milton Bradley bought them. You can see the logo for Milton Bradley right up here, right there, the system. And I just can't remember as a kid whether I actually got to see one of these in the store or something like that. I just don't remember. It was so long ago. I do remember seeing them in catalogs, and you could see the graphics, and it was just amazing. So finally got one. Anyway, if you have any questions on the Vectrex system, just leave me some comments below, and I'll address those. Anyhow, thanks for watching.